Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Night with Kettle Kitchen and BLOO.
And BLOO.
I won't let go. I fell in love with a thing.
I did it again. Start this off again. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Late Night with Kettle Kitchen and BLOO.
Don't make me laugh, okay?
So, maybe one of these days I'll remember not to play the wrong one.
Well, if you removed it, it might help.
I'm kind of... Okay, fine, I'll remove it. Be that way then. Hello, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I want to say hi to those that are in here now before I lose at my spot. Hello, Dark Lord Minute, for sliding in. We see that. Oh, too late. My scrolling has already started. Helena M, thank you for coming in. Josh, Skinner Farms. Josh, you should join us next Friday.
Yeah.
Suburban Hillbilly, thank you for coming in. Wendy Hardknack Farms, thank you for coming in. And there you go. That's our large crowd so far.
Woohoo!
How are you tonight, my... Can I divulge your situation?
Yes.
My scarlet fever friend, how are you doing?
Oh, you know, if I could get the license plate of that truck that hit me and backed over the top, that'd be great.
I could give you a brief description, but I'm not sure that it would help you much because, you know, our trucks look different than yours. So
yeah, I'm aware. But yeah, my grandson needs to learn how to share his chocolate, not his illness.
Oh, did you see what Rebecca said? Well, I stuck my head in an old skunk's hole. Skunk said, take it out and remove it.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Oh, and Wendy was supposed to have date night tonight and it got called off.
Rude.
Yeah. Rude. I agree with you.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Alexander.
Yes, that's awesome. So
bye, BLOO.
Oh, hi, honey.
Yeah, she got it. So did everybody else in the room. Thank you. Bye.
Bless.
You got a personal exit greeting. I love that.
Oh, no.
Yes. Anyways, it's just me and you tonight, sister.
Okay.
But
good.
I'm glad those that are in here because you ready for this?
Yes.
I want to know what they want questions asked in the interviews.
Oh. Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah.
So far and at the time, I'm very trusting of those that are in here and they would ask legitimate questions. So
yeah.
We should see. We shall see. Not should see.
Yeah.
We will see. Oh, Wendy, she's being a smarty pants, but wait, there's more.
Yes.
So I thought we'd just kind of reflect over the questions that we've had on. There's been some changes to some of the questions. Yes, Rebecca, I'm very sure about that. I think, you know, one of the things, here's a couple of the questions that stand out to me as very repetitive answer. Okay.
Right.
One of them is what is or was your favorite board game? Monopoly seems to be the going.
It
common.
really does.
Yes. What's next Friday? Next Friday would be the 2nd of February.
Yes.
One thing I can say,
Yes.
we have now made it through 25 interviews, including myself in that number.
Yes.
Which is really cool. I think that's great.
That was a lot of fun.
That was, yes. I don't know how willing I am to move forward on that for another one.
Why?
You guys made me nervous. I wasn't sure what you were going to
Why
ask.
did we make you nervous? We wouldn't do anything like that.
It's an interview, Josh. We would like to interview you. So if you're willing, come on up next Friday night.
Yeah. It's so we get to know a little bit more about you.
In a different way.
Yes.
Yes.
And not a weird, creepy one. I'm just saying.
Say that again.
And not a weird, creepy one.
No. I agree. And actually, just go watch any of the last 25 that we've done, and you'll get an idea of what we asked. So
yeah,
it's pretty easy to study for this interview. It is.
Yeah.
Everybody that is a content creator that is in the side chat has done the interview. I can say that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. No, it's not that kind of interview, Josh. Seriously, it's actually quite fun. And there's a lot of stuff in there that's actually quite cool. Tony knows plenty about me.
Yes, I know plenty about you, but other people may not. So it gives them a chance to get to know you.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that was one of them. The other one that I noticed seems to be a repetitive, whether you agree with it or not. I'm not here to argue the point. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite or least favorite pizza topping? And pineapple is usually one or the other.
It is. We have camps. It's all good.
Oh, we do. We definitely have those that are for it and those that are against it. And those that don't even want to mention pineapple and pizza in the same sentence. So
yes, there is those. But that's okay because we'll have yours.
Yeah. Yes. And that's okay, Rebecca. But if you ever feel like you would love to come up and be interviewed, I would be willing to have you up here. So,
yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
So one of the other ones I also find, one of the answers that we got, I for the first half of the interviews we did, I hilariously was laughing. What is your favorite kitchen utensil? Ryan from Heavenly Hills Homestead said, "My fly swatter." That was hilarious.
Brilliant. Yeah. Yeah.
Hold on just a second.
Okay. Sorry. So, yeah. What have we got going off in chat at the minute? Rebecca, you do not have a face for radio. Seriously?
It is what it is. It is what it is. So I think what actually when you get to a point and you're interviewing somebody and not your typical interview, but the style that we do, I think one of the common themes that has come out in almost all of these, and I'm sure you can agree with me on it, is these are a little harder than I thought they were going to be.
Yeah.
And it's because we're trying to pull out of you who you are, what you're about, what you like, what you don't like, but none of them are intended to be so overthinking that you can't answer the question. It just, some people don't think about some of the questions we ask.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm all good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it really, it makes it, to me, it makes it more interesting when you can get that side of a person that you never. How in a million years would I know what somebody's favorite dinner would be? You know, I'm not going to know that.
No.
You know.
No.
So.
Yeah, and it's cool. Cool.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Thank you, Alexander. That's very helpful, darling.
Oh, you already got it?
Yes. You've given me some hot water lemon with honey. So, yeah.
Local honey.
Local honey.
Ooh.
Very
Yeah, don't even start with me, Rebecca. You and that okra. There's another common theme in chat.
There is.
I will never live down the okra issue.
Oh, to be fair, I mean, like, I don't know it either, really. So, yeah.
You don't what?
I don't really know it either, so.
I thought you'd had it before, though.
I've cooked with it. I've made it for other people, but I've never eaten it myself.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I used to work with it.
No way.
Shopping,
Dong, dong, dong. Sorry, I'm not trying to make you laugh. I apologize.
Stop that. Oh, hi, Ashley.
Oh, hello, Mr. Ashley. Thank you for coming in.
Oh.
Lurking's okay. We're accepting of lurkers. That's fine.
Yes, absolutely. But yeah, I've never actually tried it myself. But probably because I worked with it so much, I know what it does.
Right.
And to be fair, the ones that we got here and the ones we got in Australia are not what are considered the best size. For the best result. So they're supposed to be 2 inches or smaller. And the ones we get over here are around 3 or 4 inches. And so they're,
right,
not fun. They're starting to go not pleasant, if that makes sense. They? So the best way that I would find to actually try it would be to grow it myself and pick it at its premium size. Yeah.
Sorry. Thank you. I picked at my face. Sorry, guys.
Oh, good grief. I'm coughing up a lung. You're bleeding all over the place.
I'm bleeding like a stuck pig.
Well, stop picking stuff. Oh, my God.
You're fine, Josh. We got you. Hello, Miss Annette. Thank you for coming in.
Yeah.
So anyway, so again, I'm asking for questions. I'm not seeing any questions. So
yeah. Hi, Annie. Oh, see, Rebecca says 3 inches is perfect.
Is that the vegetable as well as, or no, because it kind of balloons out, right?
Yeah. Okra. We're talking about okra. Heather.
Yes.
Hi, Heather.
Hello, Miss Heather. So the question is, what questions would you guys like to see in our interviews? And I was trying to get Josh to jump on, but he backed out. He's too...
Yeah.
He clams up and doesn't like being put on the spot. So
that's all good.
Yeah.
Just the part.
Excuse me.
And no, there's absolutely nothing wrong with Vegemite. Annie.
If I'm going to go Vegemite, I'm going to go with Nutella. That's what I'm doing. I already decided.
Oh, dear. I'll teach you how to eat it properly and you'll be fine.
No, I'm good. If I want to do Vegemite, I'll just get better in bouillon and rub it on my toast, you know?
But it's nothing like bouillon. What's the matter with you, you weirdo? Seriously.
Don't start with me. Call me a weirdo? You're the
Yeah.
one with scarlet fever, not me.
Hey, I am just proof that adults get it too. Okay.
And treatment of adults is far different than treatment of children.
Yes, treatment of adult with scarlet fever is definitely treated differently than children. Children, after 24 hours of being on antibiotics, can go back to school, can go back to nursery, can do all of that. I am literally a public health risk, and I've had to speak to the public health doctors, and I'm in quarantine for 14 days. Yay! I cannot leave my house unless it is a medical emergency or a risk to life, as in the house stuff. So, yes. Yeah.
Well,
So,
that's what
anyway.
happens when you frolic around with 3-year-olds with scarlet fever,
Yes, it is. It is what happens when you frolic around. Mostly, though, it's badly diagnosed by doctors and tends to be diagnosed for adults as strep throat.
Yes.
Yes.
And the other thing that I acknowledged off of our discussion last night, most children explain it as an itch on their leg with the rash, and it's actually, according to BLOO's experience, it's a burn.
It's a burn. It's a rash that actually burns. It's not itching.
And when you discussed that with the doctor, he was totally shocked, never heard that before.
Yes, he absolutely was. And I'd taken pictures of my rash and everything to send him because it was a phone call appointment. Because obviously I'm not allowed to leave the house. And he was absolutely terrified. He was terrified. Right. So he gave me a list of things that if these things occur, like my heart rate goes up too much, or I can't swallow, things like that, I have to go straight to the hospital.
Right.
And I'll be hospitalized in a quarantine section of the hospital in infectious diseases. Yes. But it's also not a virus. It's actually a bacterial infection. It's part of the Streptococcus family.
So I'm just going to pre-warn you. This is my game for the night. Every time I hear the word quarantine.
Oh. Wonderful.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So it's not fun. But I've medded myself up the wazoo to be able to do this morning, and I did so yesterday afternoon so I could do the live there as well.
Right.
Which I promised to do. It was an important one as far as I'm concerned.
Which we will actually, I want to give you a little bit of time to talk about that here in a second, but I don't want to miss what keeps flying by me, and I keep
there's lots of questions coming up, and you got to write these down, right? Ready?
Okay. So Heather asks, or one of the questions she asked, what does self-sufficiency look like?
Yes.
That's one question. Her next question was, what are things you think are important to know or learn today? I'm assuming in the era we're in, not today's date.
Yes.
I do want to address this one while we're on it. Yes, Miss Annette did do a video to show me how to use Vegemite properly on toast. Thank you, my friend.
Yes, I have to be fashionably weird.
Yes. Heather says, what things are important to have on a homestead or a home? So that's a good question. Annette asked this question. Now, I'm assuming she's asking us right now, would you include meal planning and budget grocery hauls under the homesteading umbrella?
Yes. Because it's stocking up, really. And it's planning. So you're planning with the things that you have. Most people who are homesteading or trying to be more self-sufficient start meal planning. I'm a little bit skeptical about grocery hauls, and I will tell you for why. I don't like people, as much as I've done a couple in the past, right? I don't like people knowing what.
Excuse me. Right. And that's part of the issue. Now,
Yeah.
this is one thing for most of us. I'm not saying everybody is like this. And if they want to, it's their problem. I'm not going to scold on them other than to remind them one time. Okay.
It's entirely up
But
to
you
them.
will not. Oh, sorry.
And it's the same with pantry. Oh, what do they call them?
Shows or displays or here. I want to show you what's in my pantry.
Tour. Yeah, a pantry tour, right?
Yeah.
That's the word. Sorry, I was finding it.
But no, I agree with you because I think you don't let everybody know what you got. I don't think that, at least from my perspective, and I know from BLOO's because we've talked about it as well as a couple others. Yeah. Some of us hide what is in our pantries because it's nobody's business. Okay.
Yeah.
It's about protecting yourself. I think from me specifically to answer Annette's question, I think homesteading is really what you make of it. And if it's including meal planning, budgeting, grocery hauls, if that's your thing, then do it. It's what's part of your homestead. Okay.
Absolutely.
You got to remember, at least and I know a large group of us, especially, here we are at one of the questions in their interview. How do you define homesteading? Okay.
Yes.
The key ingredient in almost all of the answers is self-sufficiency. Okay. Well, if you're being self-sufficient, that is meal planning, budgeting, and grocery hauls and things like that. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Heather's got a good question. What old ways of doing things are important to you? Now, honestly, all of them.
You jumped ahead of me.
To me, definitely. Did I jump ahead of you?
You jumped ahead of me. Yes, you did.
There, never mind.
But continue. You brought it up, so take it away, BLOO.
I'm absolutely 100% for preserving food the old ways. People still do it in probably 2/3 of the world. It's only
it's more than that.
It's more than that. But there's only a couple of countries that have taken on more modern standards of preserving food, which is great. Don't get me wrong. If it works for you, that's fantastic. Right. However, traditional methods of preserving do not require electricity or gas.
Right.
And I think it's really important to know those methods so that and it's a big if, but in some cases not so big an if there was the circumstances where you couldn't use those things, you're going to have to very quickly learn how to preserve your food in such a way as it's safe for your family and your community to eat, if that is the way that you are. Right. And be able to teach others to do that so that they can help you, if nothing else, just for you and yours. But it's very, very important. These methods have been used for thousands of years, and people have been fine. They're still fine today, and I think people need to learn these techniques and get them under their belt, even if it's just to teach yourself how to do it. Right. And keep your hand in so that you know how to do it should anything arise. Keep your modern methods if that's what you want to do, but also make sure that you know the old methods as well. Right. Like, it's great having a dehydrator, but if you can't afford to turn it on, what are you going to do? Right.
Okay, so I'm being humorous, and I hope Ashley takes it this way. I'm answering his question. Anyone know where they can find a secluded log cabin for $200? Okay, so I found one.
Yeah.
Don't be mad at me, Ashley. It's humor is all it is. I found a 530-piece Lincoln log set.
Oh,
that you can seclude in your allotment, my friend. There you go.
Oh my God. Do you know what? That was my favorite toy as a kid. I was the only person I knew who actually had Lincoln Logs. And it was my absolute favorite thing to have as a child.
I used to love
the only ones that survived my childhood, right?
Yeah.
And I passed them on to my son. My eldest son was fine with it, and then they got passed on to my younger son. Unfortunately, he used them like a hamster and turned them into a chew toy.
So
yeah, they're awesome. I want Lincoln Logs.
So here's another question: what organization tips, ideas would you like to share?
That's a good one.
Tips and tricks, kitchen staples.
Yes.
Sorry you asked. No, I'm not, because I wouldn't have asked. I didn't want to know the answer.
This is true. Stephanie says my son used to have a Lincoln Logs. It was my favorite thing to play with. Yep. That's what I loved about having boys. You could have all of the fun toys.
Yes. Okay. So we'll come back to the question here in a little bit. Will you take a few minutes to talk about Ashley's situation for me, please? So we get that out on here.
Our lovely Ashley at Ashley's Allotment Adventures woke up on Monday morning to a very nasty surprise. Now, he and his wife are both very disabled. Back in 2014, he had a stroke. His wife has spondylitis, and they both have COPD and other things going on as well, but they rely on their mobility scooters. Now, when they woke up on Monday, they'd been stolen from right outside their house. Literally outside the back door of their home, they had been stolen. He got onto a local Facebook group and said, has anyone found them? So the whole community was out looking for these mobility scooters. They did find his on Tuesday. But the way that it had been treated and hot wired, they'd torn out the front they literally destroyed the front panel. And which would have to be replaced. They took out the barrel. They've destroyed the wireworks. They've gone around the back. They've ripped out the back panel, which is the whole base of the mobility scooter, and taken out the battery. So it would cost more than it's worth to actually repair it. Because of the age of it as well, the parts for like the panels and stuff would have to probably be handmade. So that's where the cost would come in. Also,
sorry,
his wife was stolen as well. They did find that one on Wednesday. But again, it had been absolutely demolished in the same way. And again, it can't be replaced.
Right.
So they did ring the police. The police have given them a reference number. They have not given them a crime number because there is nothing there for them to get any evidence of. However, I mean, I would like to argue that point personally, because they left a strap on his wife's scooter, which they believed they used to attach it to his scooter to get them out of the way.
Right.
So as a towing cable kind of thing. And it was still attached using a padlock on it. Now, I've set up a GoFundMe for him. If you go and have a look at my yesterday's live, there is a lot more information in that on it.
Okay.
There is also the links.
So I just posted the GoFundMe link so they can go look at it. Dark Lord Menet, if you could please put up a link to the live for BLOO from this morning, that would be much appreciated. And I think it's also on Ashley's
It's definitely on my community page. I'm
I know
not
it's
sure
on
if
yours.
It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Anyways, there is ways around it. We'll get the information up when we
Yeah.
get done here. I'll put all that information into this live's link as well,
Okay.
or description box.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you, Xander.
Yeah. Because, you know, we have a good community and we look after each other, you know, and when things like this occur, it's where we get to, you know, get around each other and, you know, help out where we can. Now, we are aware that everyone's doing it tough at the moment, and we do say that every little bit helps, and it does. But even if all you can do is to share it out in amongst your wider community so that those who can and want to help can do, that would be awesome. Yeah.
Right.
That would be great. Yeah. You're welcome, honey. Always.
Oh.
Absolutely,
Oh,
Heather.
yeah. You
Absolutely.
you ain't got to thank
You
us.
know?
That's what we're
Yeah.
here for.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
family
referring
is,
to.
darling.
You ain't got to thank us.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you, Heather, there. Heather has it on her
Absolutely.
community pages as well. I will
Yeah.
get it onto mine.
Yeah.
Hello, Teresa Jukiewicz. Thank you for coming in.
Hey, honey.
So it's really a struggle, you know, when you get put in that position
It
and
is.
you get comfortable in knowing your space. And when somebody invades that space,
Yeah.
that sucks. I don't care.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dark Lord Minute just posted it on his. Stephanie doesn't know how to do it, but would love to be able to.
Okay.
Annette's putting it on hers.
Thank you.
Yep.
Oh, Ashley, darling. Big hugs. Big loves. Big loves.
You're okay, bud. Hello, TJ. But that's what it's about. I mean, trying to get it out there, you know?
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely. Absolutely. We're not asking for stupid amounts of money. What we're asking for is £3,000 or $3,000, whatever you want to look at it for.
Right.
That would be enough to buy at least one really good one that's brand new, and the security measures to try and make sure that this is much more difficult for people to do again, including a Ring doorbell for the back door, so that he has some kind of security system set up. So, yeah.
There you go, Ashley. There it is right there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah.
So,
yeah.
That, and again, me and you have discussed this many times respectfully on both our channels. It is
Absolutely.
about us being a community that is there to help each other, whether it's in this situation, whether it's I don't know how to put something on a page, whether I don't know how to load something, help me with content, help me with this, help me with that. I mean, we're trying to do what we can. And the only way you can successfully do that is just to reach out and do it and help people. So,
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know,
and if you can't donate to it, then share it if you can.
Yeah.
You know, so
because it's free. That's free. And if that's what you can do, you know, you may have someone around that will be able to pop in. So that's you know.
Hello, Lindy Oki. Thank you for coming in. So, I mean, that ultimately is where it's at. Okay, I can't help you with this unless you're saying that's something we need to ask about.
I tell you what I can do is I can do a video call with you, and we can do it together as a body doubling exercise, and I will do my office as you do your decluttering.
Oh, I hear a challenge coming out is what I hear.
And I put that up on Facebook a lot, that I'm up for body doubling with people if that's what they want. And we've done it quite a lot with different friends and stuff, where we've got on a video chat together, and they've done their tasks, I've done mine, while we have a chat. Because sometimes you just need to have another person in the room. Do you know what I mean? Even if they are a little bit far away.
Right. She says it sounds like fun.
Yes. Tis fun.
Okay. So
yeah.
Going back to the questions, I did see this one that popped up.
What new
which I think
skills would you like to learn? Yeah.
Actually is a good one. I think all of them are. I'm not saying one's better than any of them, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Teresa Juki, which shared it. Yep, just shared it on her Facebook page. Thank you.
Thank you, darling.
So what I'll do is I'll compile all these together and I'll figure out which questions we're gonna bump off.
New but old-fashioned skills do I learn? I tell you what, okay, now some of you will know that I'm a little bit of an archaeology buff, but I'm what's known as an experimental archaeologist. Okay, so
good night,
I like
Teresa.
to recreate what was done in the past. And one of the things that I want to learn is a specific type of weaving, which I can't remember the name of it right now. Is it scroll? I'll find it. But
underwater basket weaving. That's the one.
No, it's one where you have almost like a bent branch of willow as your frame, and then you're using plant-based fibers, so things like nettles and brambles that you've managed to get the fibers from, and spin those into a thread or cordage, and then you do the weaving. But the weaving is it's really amazing. It makes this amazing net. It's quite elasticized net, which is incredible. Yeah, it's really cool, and that's one of the things that I want to try and learn this year.
Teresa says she's seen that too.
Yes. Yeah, it does. It makes amazing bags and stuff, nets and things, netted bags and things. So yeah, I would love to do that, because at the end of the day, all these little skills, all these little bits and pieces, you never know when they're going to come in handy. I mean, I have apples that grow wild in my garden, so why not use them?
Might as well.
So I have to learn how to spin them and turn them into thread, which I'm part of a group on Facebook that does that. So I've got the tools there to be able to learn this stuff, because other people are already doing it. And let's give it a crack, because you never know, it could be your new favorite thing to do.
I think that this is something that it's a reoccurring theme I see coming. A lot of people are trying to, and I think it's smart. We talked about this the other day. Me and Tiffany talked about this the other day as well. And it really kind of goes with the conversation we were just having before we started. What happens when the power goes out?
Yeah. So this is a thing. My budgeting, my pantry budget, I've got two parts to that. I've got the food part and I've got an equipment part. Now, my equipment part this year is going into buying hand equipment that we normally buy electronic devices for. My one that I'm looking to purchase in the next couple of months is a tabletop stone mill. As you know, because I've been very excited about this for a number of years. Ever since I discovered that they existed, they are an investment, and it costs around about what my washing machine did. you know, so that gives you an idea of what the sort of money that you're looking at. But it's something that means that I don't have to buy flour anymore.
Right.
I can buy the grains, which number one is a bit cheaper. Number two, stores better. And number three means that I don't have bags and bags of flour around the place that are going rancid before I can use them.
Right.
So you're saving money all over the place with this thing. Plus, you can use it for wet grinding as well as dry grinding. So you can put corn in there for corn cakes, soy milk in there for doing soy milk and tofu and things like that, because that's what they're there for. You know, so there's all sorts of really good things that you can do with this.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just like, do you know what? I want it. I need one of those in my life.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really, really do.
And I think that's where I hear a lot of people heading, is in that direction, as to, you know, being able to do that. I think if you get the opportunity and the chance to do it, you should not figuring out, let me rephrase this.
Yeah.
One of the things I try to put out there whenever I do one of my videos is that you can do it this way, you can do it this way, you can do it this way. Okay.
Yeah.
In doing that, I think it's great using your appliances, but you can use a hand mixer or the good old thing that God gave you.
Absolutely.
To do most of the mixing and things like that. Yes, it makes it easier. I'm not denying that. I'm not going to sit here and pretend it doesn't.
Yeah.
But knowing the alternative way to do it, as well as the convenient way to do it, really benefits you as a homesteader, homemaker, cook, chef, whatever it is you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
It benefits you to, and I hate to use the word chef, but I know some out there that are, they're set ways and they only do it one way, you know.
Well, they only know one way to do it.
Right.
That's the thing. And when they get stuck down to using hand tools, they're like, what do I do?
Right.
This is so much work.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yes, mate, it is. You're not feeding 200 people in 30 minutes. You're feeding 8 people or 4 people in
at a tenth of the amount of food that you're used to. Yes.
And so you don't need to have all of those. But the other thing is, as well, if you are going down the hand route, yes, there is extra time that's taken involved with the cooking of things and the preparing of the things. But actually, I find it really zen. It's really kind of cool, because you just sort of like, I will sit there and roll 500 lumpia or Filipino spring rolls, the little pork ones, and just put a movie on.
I want to see that video. Let me know when that one's released.
You know, and just chill, you know, and just hang out and do it.
See, and Ashley's correct. Yeah. I mean, you have said it. Now he's saying it. I've heard others say it. Sometimes you prefer to use the hand stuff, you know?
Yeah. It's really interesting because there's some schools of thought, and if you're a little bit more into the spiritual side of things, that say that a lot of the hand tools, because of the vibration of them, is actually really bad for your equilibrium within your own body, because it shakes things up on a level that you shouldn't be shaken up, you know. And I actually feel it in my hands after using an electronic device. It's where my hands go numb.
Right.
Well, my hands shouldn't go numb. Why are my hands going numb? You know, I'd rather have a burn in my... Yeah, but you've been vibrated so much from the use of the power tool that you're like, whoa, you know, and it shakes you up way too much.
Right.
So sometimes, I mean, yes, I use my electronics. You guys know I use them and I love them. Don't get me wrong. But if I can do it the old way, I'll do it.
So my recommendation to anybody is, if you have an old hand tool,
yes,
that you enjoy using, you know how to use, you have no issue with that, you might want to start considering where's my backup in case that breaks.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And that's not a fear tactic. It's not what I mean. You may run into a point you may not be able to replace that item. That's my point. Okay.
Absolutely.
And that's not again, I'm not on the fear attacking thing. It's the older things that were hand items are getting harder and harder to find because they're not made with the same quality, same material, same distributor, same whatever.
People are also realizing the value of them now.
Right.
So people will grab them. Now, there are a lot of people who are clearing out Granddad's old shed over here, especially in the winter and the spring. They've only got a week to clear the house out, especially if it's social housing. So they're just sort of like giving them away on places like Facebook Marketplace. And I know it sounds awful, but they're the places to look because you're going to get boxes and boxes of them. You know, full toolboxes of them, you know, when someone passes or something. But at least then their tools that they loved are going to somebody else who are going to love them. That's the way I look at it. You know, they're not going to just get tossed into, you know, landfill and stuff like that.
Right.
Yeah. And I know that a lot of us are trying to declutter at the moment as well. And the thought of having, you know, a hand backup to an electronic thing may not be what people want to do, but actually I don't class that as clutter. What I class as clutter is what my desk looks like at the moment.
Or mine. You don't want to see what it looks like on the other side of this.
You do not want to see my desk right now, okay? Because I literally have room for my keyboard and to move it forward, and that's it. And everything else is piled on either side right now. You know, that is clutter.
Yes.
You know, having a backup.
But nobody says that you can't take a tub and then, like you were saying, have a backup, put it away. It's already in its container. You don't need to do anything with it. It's out of your way. If you got the room, you know.
Yeah. But what Alexander says there is very true too. Take them out once a year, use them, clean them, and service them. Absolutely. Yep. You know, especially when it comes to old hand tools, because, you know, the wooden handles sometimes need to be replaced.
Right.
Some of the metal work might become a bit rusty. You want to get that back into good order and oiled and ready to go, you know. So, yeah. Awesome, Ashley.
Yep, that's great.
Yeah. Go into my craft. This is my craft room. I'm just lucky that I actually can stretch my feet out under my desk now. I didn't used to be able to do that. I have done quite a lot of work in here because, as you can see, no more doom pile. Ta-da! But you know, there's still a lot of work to be done.
So I like what Alexander says. You know, they have a plug-in can opener, a battery operated, and then 3 hand crank can openers for this reason. What are you going to do when the power goes out, or the batteries are gone, or you can't get any more, or whatever? You're still good. I mean, that's the whole point of that whole conversation.
Well,
really.
One of the ones that I want to get, and I know this is going to sound really weird.
It's coming from you. I don't think it's going to sound weird.
Okay, as a chef, what we had in every kitchen was a bench, permanent bench can opener, right? Which was basically lift, drop, and turn, right?
Yep.
It's huge, and you can do any type of can, any size, whatever. The crank doesn't go on it.
It's attached to the counter. It's supposed to be.
No, it's attached to the counter. It's meant to be, or the table.
Yes.
You do need to have it so it's a temporary thing. Make sure it's safely set up, please, before you do it.
Yes. Before.
But it is something that I want to have.
Yep.
That's on my list of big ticket items because they're quite expensive as well. But where the hand crank ones sometimes give out and the wheels aren't as great because they slowly grind away, that one doesn't have that problem. We don't have that problem with that one, you know.
And I'm here to warn you right now. Don't ever drop it on your hand, whatever you do. Experience.
Yes. But yeah, that's yeah. I hated the one I worked in. I would drop the cans. Oh no.
See, here's another thing I think is a necessity, and a lot of people don't realize it.
Yeah.
Do you know what that is?
The church keys?
Yes.
Oh, are we talking about the little camping can openers? I thought he meant actual keys to the church.
No, hold on. Give me a second. I'll see if I can find mine.
Okay. Ooh. That's fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I think it's always important to have a couple of can openers spare and in like emergency packs and stuff like that, just in case. We've got them all over the place. I'm not gonna lie. We got loads.
Yeah. Not the fat one.
The original can opener. Okay, I don't know how to use the church key. My mum and my grandmother and my dad used to use them all the time. Right, well, I'm about to find out what they are because I'm not actually sure what they are, but I probably recognize it under another name. I have an old canning opener, yeah. Yeah, but what was the original can opener in the States might not have been the same over here. So yeah, right.
Either that guy.
Right. I have seen those.
That guy.
No, not seen that.
Okay.
Not seen that at all. No.
But the one you're talking about, the little bitty one that
you can do that, or you've got a bigger one that's got an end on it with a hook.
Right.
Underneath. Yeah. Yeah.
There's something writing in here and I can't make it out because I'm too blind and old, so I'm not going to worry about it right now. Yes, I know that's the one that typically is called the church key, but I have seen some people call that the church key too. So. Anyway, it's just a standard key.
Oh, what would you use that for? Is that for opening mason jars with your two-part lid?
I'm not quite sure. I keep it because there's a use for it.
Is that for levering off mason jar lids for your two-part system?
And it's possible because of the way it's built, you know.
Or is it got a piece missing because that end bit looks a bit rough?
It is rough, but I know what I use that end for. Bottles.
You shouldn't be branding children. I mean, you know.
Yes, welcome to the upside down triangle circle. And the children, really. Wow.
Annie, I was doing a collaboration where you could do that, and no one got involved. No one was interested. So, yeah, we didn't do it, kept going. The one you use for like sardinekins, the slot one, we've got them for tins of ham over here. It's a slot key, and they've got a little ribbon that goes around the can, and you slot the key and turn it until it's open. They're pretty cool. Yeah.
So I think it was Teresa. Let me come back.
Yeah.
There. She is correct. It's by Lindsay America, and it is actually for a paint can or a bottle opener is what it is.
Oh.
So anybody anybody that has in my past said that's a church key is incorrect. So I was correct. That's the original church key.
That's interesting. We have screwdrivers.
Well, so do I. But you know, we're in America, so we got to have something for everything. Yes. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, so good old Ashley to the rescue.
Karen, you gotta love Karen.
I love that. That is funny. So anyways, anybody, if you have any questions that you want asked, I will make a list of what has been stated in here. Email them to me or put them down in the comments if you're watching this on replay. If you get a chance and you can do it, go over and check out the GoFundMe account for Ashley and his wife.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Sorry. I have kids all over, so I'm kid chasing tonight too.
Yeah, see the church key one to me, because I figured that's how you use it, Alexander. But if you've got chunky things in your tin, it's not going to be that useful, is it? Because you're not going to be able to get them out, the stuff out with that tiny little hole.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Oh, you went the whole way around the thing and to open it. Okay. Yeah. I'll use my lever one, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it there because we've been on for a while and I can hear your voices crackling a little more.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Thank you for coming up. I know it was rough, but I appreciate it. And I think everybody else here. BLOO, she wants to know how many kids you got. No.
I have 2 of my own, but I had 72 foster children.
Yes. I was like, watch what the questions you ask some people, okay?
Yeah, I had 72 foster children. I now have 5 stepchildren, and I have 4 grandchildren. Hey!
Everybody know who that is? I hope everybody remembers from last week. That is Tom Garvey, the keto coach,
indeed,
on his other channel. So
hello,
Tom.
Hello.
Thanks for coming in. And I have 2 adopted kids.
Yes.
So there you go. Now you know. All my secrets are out. I'm not the best guy at prizes. I'm not the best guy at everything. Parenting skills probably could use some improvement. I'm sure I have relationship issues. I love my wife to death. I love my kids to death. I love life to death. Aside from that, everything else just kind of falls into place the way it needs to.
Heather's had 6. Wow.
Yeah. As a man, I'm glad she's the one that had the 6 and I didn't have to. So
yeah,
I'll be the snowflake man making that comment. Perfectly fine with me. All right, guys. Have a good week. BLOO, please get better.
I'm working on it.
Okay. Finals for game night start Tuesday, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on the 31st, which is Wednesday. That is the last video that goes out for tailgate time, which is my video and Nanny Tam's video. Thursday, Heartbreak Bake starts. Yes.
Wow. Yeah, so my video for tailgate time is supposed to come out today. Today being Saturday.
Yeah, and we're going to hold you to it. It's okay. Don't worry. We're here to help you.
Marvelous. Yeah, okay. So, yeah.
Marvelous.
Marvelous. Yes. I will get it out as soon as I possibly can. Yeah. got a voiceover to do on it, so that's going to be fun.
Yes,
Yes.
I get that. All right, my friends. Be safe, think ahead, meal prep with ease, and always preserve because it's what will help us.
Absolutely.
Self-sufficiency.
That
right?
stuff.
All right.
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 All right. All right.